July 3rd, 2025. This is the S&P 500 E-Futures Mini on 2000 tick chart using NinjaTrader 8. This is what the chart looked like today. The economic data that came out today was, well, first I'll say that today is a shortened trading day. The market's closed, I think, at 12 o'clock, or excuse me, 1 o'clock Pacific Eastern Standard, so 10 o'clock Pacific Standard. So it just recently closed. And it is the day before 4th of July, so the market is closed tomorrow, and today was just a half trading day. The economic data that came out today was at 5:30. There's actually two pieces of information that came out at two times. One at 5:30, which was the average hourly earnings and non-farm employment rate, which happened right where my cursor is. It kind of causes maybe a small little reaction. And then at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard, which is about right here, where you see the spike up, that's where the ISM Services PMI came out. Overall volume was low, which is expected on a half trading day, but it wasn't I wouldn't say it was the easiest day, but it wasn't also the toughest day. It was kind of, there was some parts where you really had to be patient, and there was some parts that were tricky. I took one trade today, and I did have to take some heat, but I managed to survive. I'll get to it right here. It's right here. I'll get to it later. It's because I kept my stop kind of per the rules, very disciplined. But overall price action looked like it was moving up initially on this yellow up channel. Then it looked like it fit better on this green one. Then it looked like it fit better on this pink one. So as you can see, it looks like it's kind of hitting a inflection point. It's kind of curving up and it's slightly starting to curve over, and it's kind of flattening out. If prices continue to trade today, I'm wondering if it's going to start moving back down. But we won't know until probably Monday. There was maybe about two other setups that I saw, and then a few almost setups. I'm gonna get into the trades right now. This is a pre-market. Pre-market, it looked like it went down, made two attempts up, pushed us down to this orange down channel. This orange down channel had a break, moves back in, and then technically tested the low of the break. And I thought there might have been a second entry long here, but keep in mind this is overnight and I don't see this in real time, but I'm looking at this after the fact because it looked like it's first entry, pull back, second entry, moved one tick below, and then push back up and closed. So it could be moving back up, but I didn't really mark it as a trade. It's just something I noticed when I started looking at the markets right about here, right close to when the open happens. So prices are moving up. There's this green down channel, kind of tests the low, but it starts reversing up. So it starts reversing up, clears the pre-market highs on the open. It starts pushing up. I'm thinking I'm in this orange up channel. Initially, I thought it was going to be this purple, smaller channel, but broke, test the high, and not only does it test the high, the leg following is bigger than the first leg. So I drew a new channel here, this orange up channel. Here's a break. I'm expecting it to test the high. Technically, it has tested the high, and it kept going. So then I'm thinking, okay, it's a break, test the high, it's starting to fold back, comes back. I get my first entry here, bounces off the EMA. This is when I drew the yellow up channel. I drew this one touch, two touch, three touch, and I put the high side of the channel here. I trust the support side more than I trust the resistance side, mainly because it has three confirmations and it's clearly bullish. So I'm looking for setups here instead of a confirmation and setup coming back from the highs, because this feels more reliable. It feels going with the trend. Prices move up. No real clean second entries. These are just small little candles. Wishes. And here creates a new high. It's a first entry long. Pull back. Then when this one formed, then I saw a potential second entry long. But in real time, when I first see this in the close, I'm not thinking of going long. I'm thinking there still could be a move down to touch the EMA. It is, granted, it is the fourth touch of this yellow up channel. But then by the time this candle opens and forms, you can see this is the high of day. Also, this is all-time high because the market hasn't been up here at all before. So now it looks like I'm in a range, and I'm certainly not going to buy into this. Starts moving, so I'm still playing the yellow up channel. The green one doesn't exist yet. Then it looks like it's having trouble hitting the high side. It starts coming back down. It oscillates, and here where it kind of touches, I drew this trend line because it looked like after the break of this yellow, let's get this out of the way. After the break of this yellow, and this red one doesn't exist yet, after the break of the yellow, it's dwelling outside for a while, and it's starting to move sideways. So I initially drew this green up channel as a green trend line. So I had, okay, maybe one touch. This is one of many that I had kind of floating, but this one looked like it fit pretty well because I had one touch, two touch, but I only have two touches. But on the high side, it looks like it's one touch, two touch, three touch. Granted, there's an overshoot here, so I can't really, I kind of discounted this because it fit pretty well here. So I'm playing potentially the yellow and the green, but I'm looking if the yellow is going to have enough strength to move back in. I'm losing confidence in the yellow up channel as a potential, uh, well, channel to look at key entry points because its time has passed. I'm looking more closely at this green up channel, and I do notice this is like a new high. It's a first entry long, technically right here, but it's not very convincing. Like first entry, pullback, there could be a second entry. So I thought it was a possible trade. It's bouncing off the EMA, which to date, or up to this time, has shown pretty good support. There's a small break here, but up until then, it's been holding prices up. So it's acting as a pretty decent support. It's bounced off this developing green up channel. This developing green up channel, it looks like it has, it only has two confirmations, but good confirmations at the top. Then I actually drew this red up channel because I noticed it's starting to kind of curve over. So I had this preliminarily kind of transparent, thinking, is there a potential channel here? So I was thinking, okay, there's a bounce off the support of the green, bounce off the support of this possible developing red, bounce back into this range. It's a very tiny range. So I'm getting kind of these piecemeal key entry points that I wouldn't say they're full key entry points, but added together, it's like, okay, maybe there's a bounce here. Maybe there's a bounce off this pink one. Maybe there's a bounce off this trading range. There's a potential trade here. But I also felt like this trade is aggressive, and I wasn't sure if I'm actually just fabricating reasons to look for entry. So knowing that, I, in my mind, took a second guess and stepped back and said, you know what? This could be a trade, but it also feels really close to the highs. I might just be hallucinating or inventing reasons to try to take a trade. And that's probably not the way to go. Just kind of sit back, wait for a better, clear entry. So it moves up. So it would have worked. So it's a kind of an aggressive trade. I had all these hunches, but I couldn't really justify it. Pushes up. So now I'm not really playing this yellow one now. So this yellow one kind of goes away. I'll leave it here. I'll just leave it there. I'm playing this potential green one because it looks like it's bouncing, and I'm thinking maybe this red one might be in play. Still, I'm giving more validity to the green one. Starts bouncing, so it's actually pushing up and out of the green one, or still into the green one, and starts here and it breaks out. So coincidentally, the green and red both look like they could be valid arguments to be the channel, because the red one looks like it follows pretty nicely. You have one touch, two touch, potential third touch now. The high side fits really well. The green one, the low side fits pretty well, but the high side doesn't fit as well anymore. So I'm a little conflicted, but clearly the day is bullish. So I'm only looking for reasons to go long. So I see this new high here. I see a first entry long pullback. I see a potential second entry long. When I see this, I actually like this because I like that it's bouncing off the red. And I like that the EMA, which is this blue line here, is very reliable today. It's a really strong hold, almost touch, really strong hold, really strong hold. These all came close to it, but never breached. This one looks like it's going to be another strong hold. It looks like also one leg down, pull back, second leg down. So I decided I want to enter this trade. I enter one tick above, plus this candle is only 6 ticks. So I thought this is a pretty manageable risk, but I can't keep my stop down here. The next logical place would be to keep my stop here. But I also thought, well, this looks like it's the support. So I wanted to keep my stop one tick below here. That made for a 4-point loss, and I was going for 2 points. So it's not the best risk reward, but I felt like this is going to hold. It looks like it's still bullish bias going with the trend. Got 2 key entry points. I like the signal bar. I decide to enter. So I enter, and then it hits sideways. Then it starts flushing down. Plus, when it moved up here, this didn't even move one tick to get me out. So even if I was going for 1-point profit target instead of my usual, well, I usually go for 1, but I was going for 2. If I was going for 1, I still wouldn't have gotten out. So it starts coming down. It pushes here. I knew if I had my stop here, I would have gotten stopped out. Remember, my stop's 1 tick below this red line. And so it starts moving down. And now I'm thinking, man, I don't really want to be in this trade anymore. If it comes back to break even, I'll potentially just get out. But it starts reversing. It reverses pretty strongly. So my stop is actually 2 ticks below this guy because there's 1 tick below and then one more tick below. So it starts reversing. I found this green down channel. I'm thinking this green down channel might want to test the low, but it looks like it also made roughly 2 measured legs down. It starts pushing up strongly. So this is my idea of getting out break even. But I thought, well, this is a really strong follow through. Instead of 8 ticks, I'm just going to go for 6 ticks. It flushes out. I get my 6 ticks. I'm pretty happy. Decided, okay, 8 ticks would have been up here, and I would have gotten out on this one or this one. But I was just happy. So I moved my runner from, it was initially way down here where the rest of them were. I move it up 1 tick behind this guy. Then it has a double bottom, so I kept it 1 tick below this guy. Moves up, I move it 1 tick below these 2 guys. Pushes up, it looks like it's starting to reverse. I'm thinking I might want to keep my runner 1 tick below here. And it pushes up again, so I'm watching and waiting. So I kept my runner 1 tick below here. He's pushing up. Now it looks like it's doing the same thing it was doing here, flushes down. Creates a double bottom, so I have my runner 1 tick below this guy. And as it was moving up, when this one closed, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and move it up a little bit more. And I dropped it here and I got my profit target for the runner. I really wanted to keep dragging it up further. But as you can see, if I kept it 1 tick below here, I would have gotten stopped out likely on this guy. So I'm looking back at the chart now and I'm thinking, okay, so there will look like it was a yellow up channel, kind of flattened to this green channel, then it flattened again to this red channel. So I'm playing this red channel or this pink channel now, thinking this is the most valid one. It's a failed breakout, broke, test the high, start chopping sideways. It creates a new high, first entry long pullback, second entry long, also new low, first entry short right here, creates a second entry short right here. Second entry short potentially about to fail. It fails. So it's a clear first entry, second entry short failure. I thought it might have been a possible trade. Again, the EMA is holding, but there has been a breach now with a definitive close outside the or below the EMA. So I was thinking, okay, I just have to be careful. I did like this with 6 ticks, but if you look at the time, it's 9 o'clock and the market is going to close at 10. And I felt like I kind of dodged a bullet here, and the ATR for the day had been below 2. So it's getting really slow. I don't want to sit in a trade and kind of live through this again, especially when I'm already up green for the day. Going into the long holiday weekend, I just didn't want to deal with that. So I left it alone. And I chopped sideways. In this case, it looked like it would have worked. The new low here is the first entry short, second entry short. I marked it as something I just noticed because I like this good signal bar. When it flushes down, it confirmed, but I wasn't ready to take a trade. So it's just more of marking for myself in my notes. Prices then chop around. It looks like it's in a trading range. It's a new low, first entry short, pullback, confirmed second entry short, but this isn't a good trade either because it's very close to this support area on a clearly bullish day. But it was in the back of my mind that this bullish uptrend is starting to kind of hit its peak. It looks like it's plateauing, and the next thing I'm thinking of, it might start moving back down. But it's very late in the day, or very late for this particular trading day. Then it creates a failed second entry short. So it's a new low, first entry short, second entry short. Second entry short has failed, but this could be seen as a little trading range itself, and you'd be pressing into the highs. Granted, you are going with trend, but it feels like the momentum isn't quite there like it was earlier. So I'm just kind of watching and waiting, and I'm kind of resigned myself not to take any more trades. So I'm just watching. In this case, it would have worked. You got a higher low here, so there might have been a trade there. Pushes up, failed breakout, first entry long, pull back. You had a second entry long way down here, but it's an inside bar, and I'm not going to try to play this. Plus, now you're hitting 9:50 Pacific Standard, and the market closes at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard today. So definitely, even if this showed up, which it did, I'm not taking a trade. Even if there's a higher low, I'm not taking a trade. It's just there's no more time. So you get a higher low here, kind of close to the EMA though, so I'd be worried about the potential resistance here. Starts pushing up, break of this orange up channel, test the high, starts reversing. You technically have a second entry long here, new high, first entry long pullback, second entry long, but this is pretty much at the close now. And although there is some aftermarket trading, the volume is going to be very low. And I mean, it's just pretty much the end of the week, I would say, and end of the day. So I'm not pressing for anything, especially having to sit through this excruciating trade where I was taking heat, thinking I was probably going to get stopped out because it's just started to drift lower. I thought it was going to play in this green down channel break. After I saw this break, I'm thinking definitely it's going to come back, test the low. What gave me hope was when this strong reversal happened, followed by the follow-up bar right here, then I thought, okay, instead of going up break even, let's move from, well, I already was thinking I'm not going to go for 8 ticks, just go for 6 ticks now. And even before then, I was thinking maybe I should just go for 1 point, just 4 ticks. But I left it, got it, and then was able to get a runner off of it. So slow day, probably not really in the grand scheme of things, maybe not really worth taking a trade today. Probably should just called it, but I wanted to see what was happening. I did get to trade yesterday, but I did look at the charts. So I think I was probably a little eager than I should have been to take a trade. So it ended up working out. So hopefully that was helpful.